What's going on, guys? Today I'm going to bring you 3 aquarium substrates that'll save you tons of money in this hobby if you're on a budget. So get ready for that. Before we start though, I do want to say today's Veterans Day. I want to thank everyone who reached out to me and showed their appreciation. You know, it really means a lot. Life's been pretty rough lately, especially since, you know, just transitioning out. So I greatly appreciate that. I also want to remind everybody to not forget the veterans that can't physically stand here with us today. I know a lot of people sometimes like to say, well, there's a day for remembering those, but you know what? They're veterans too. And I think about the ones that I lost while I was in every single day. So think about them before all the crazy parties start. And I want to tell all my fellow veterans thank you for your service as well. So let's get right into this video. So we'll start off with my personal favorite, Black Diamond Blasting Sand. $8 for 50 pounds. It's black, which is great, and you can buy it in various different grain sizes. So it's great. This is the medium. They're medium grit. It's weird how they measure it. And this stuff's awesome. I can run wave makers, very high GPH wave makers with them, and it doesn't blow around at all, so that's awesome. And it looks really good. The only con to this is it's only available really in certain places. I know here where I'm at, I can only find it at Tractor Supply. If you're unfamiliar with Tractor Supply, or Tractor Supply Company is what it's called, I know they're pretty much US wide. I've heard of some people finding this stuff at their hardware stores like Home Depot, Lowe's, even some of the smaller hardware stores. So if you can't find a Tractor Supply, check out your hardware store. They may have Number 2, which is probably my second favorite and pretty popular in the community, and that's pool filter sand. Pool filter sand is great too. If you want a lighter substrate, you know, when it's fully set, it's kind of a off-whitish color. I don't really know how to describe it. I'm not really good with my colors, but it looks nice. It's very natural looking and looks really good. The only con that I found to it was a little bit of a chore to wash, but I mean, it's sand, you know, it's always a chore to wash, but it's pretty nice. It's very cheap as well, between $6 and $8 I found for 50 pounds, and you can find it pretty much at any hardware store from what I've noticed. So pool filter sand, another great alternative. And last but not least, playground sand. Playground sand's extremely cheap, around $3 to $4 for 50 pounds. You can find it at pretty much every hardware store. Now the only con to playground sand is if you're running wave makers or any kind of power heads for flow and circulation, it is almost nearly impossible to combat the cloud that's going to occur. My 125, I do a lot of my videos in front of, actually I just did over the past couple days, I've been doing a substrate change to Black Diamond because I have so much circulation in that tank that it was nearly impossible for me to combat having some kind of cloud in there. Even though to majority of people who aren't into fish keeping, it looked crystal clear, but for me, as well as, you know, many other people, those little tiny particulates of granules of sand that I could see moving around and were just driving me nuts. So that is one thing to know about playground sand. It's very fine, so if you're running any kind of high flow, I'd kind of steer away from it, maybe use it in some other tanks that don't have a ton of flow. But overall, I mean, it's pretty awesome. If you're just trying to find something that will look good and do the job. Same thing when it dries, it does have, or when it sets, it has a very natural look to it, so it looks very nice. So that's the 3 sands, guys. I realize I have made a video on this before, but going back and watching it, I realized that I looked really mad for some reason in that video. So I wanted to remake another one, so hopefully I look a little bit happier. But thanks for watching. I greatly appreciate it. And hopefully you guys try them out. I will look like on Amazon and see if I can find this sand, if you can order it. I've never looked before, so If it's in the description below, it's because I found it. If not, it's because I couldn't find anything. So take it easy, everyone. Hopefully everybody has a great weekend. Stay safe and watch out for the drunk drivers. So